We're all up here at the moment for the Gayaa Dhuwi conference, and the theme for this year's conference is Proud Futures. It's really important that we have opportunities as people working in the social emotional wellbeing space to actually come together and talk about what each other are doing, but also some of the problems that we face and the challenges and how we can move forward on those.
Working in this space can be challenging at times, and connecting with your peers and other professionals gives you the stamina, the motivation to keep going. It's rewarding, the work is rewarding. Of course we want to work and support mob, however it can come or present with its challenges as well.
It's just so powerful to be in a room where there's no shame about social and emotional well-being and mental health, as well as suicide prevention. It's so beautiful for everyone to openly talk about it and be in a room full of people where there's no shame.
Gayaa Dhuwi's national conference, Proud Futures, an opportunity to come together and just share all the work that's happening across the different sectors on the different levels, from the national level, state and territory levels, to local levels, and then have discussions around how can all of that work feed into a unified goal forward. Like, how do we capture everything that's happening and put it in a way and work together collaboratively go forward?
There's a strong sense of willingness for everyone to be working in partnership and collaboratively to sort of work towards achieving what we can in the best interest of our First Nations population.
I think one of the critical steps moving forward in the social emotional wellbeing space is around workforce, and it's really about getting government to understand that we don't need to just increase the numbers that we have working in the space. We don't need to just be focusing on one particular field. So at the moment I think there's a strong focus on increasing psychologist numbers within the workforce, but there's so many other people who work around the space of social emotional wellbeing, and so we need to help government to understand that they're all important and that we need to bolster that entire workforce. But at the other end of that, there's no point just bolstering numbers if we're not going to look at how do we best look after that workforce and ensure that they're there to do the work moving forward, and therefore we can offer continuity of care to our communities.
I feel like we've got a long way to go. I feel like there needs to be a really strong push for that policy context and how services are commissioned and funded and how we report. You know, there's a lot of impacts that are being made at a grassroots level, and we're just not looking at the right lens. And if we get that right, the opportunities are going to be really great for us all, and we need to be making sure that we're asking the right stories and understanding really what's going on in people's lives, and you know, social emotional being is the only way to do that.
The Wellbeing Room is an important facet of the conference. It allows a space for people to come in, sit, rest, reflect. We also have activities in there, so we can actually just break away and have some time to ourselves. We're here to talk about wellbeing. It makes sense to have a wellbeing space for us to rest.
So what gives me hope looking to the future in this space is, I think, the energy in this conference, the energy in the conversations, and where people are looking ahead. The tone of that conversation is focused on that solidarity of welcoming in different perspectives, of new emerging leaders, of, you know, as we see in this conference, giving Torres Strait Islander communities a bigger voice. And the solidarity that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander leaders have extended to non-Indigenous Australians to be alongside them in this journey. It's incredibly welcoming, it's incredibly humbling, and it gives us a really strong platform to work together.
It's such a safe space to be able to talk and connect and just network. Like, I've met so many marvellous people in the last 24 hours, and it's amazing those connections I've built and the conversations I've had while being here. And I can't wait to take those conversations home and share them with my community and put some things into place.